I'm here with just updates on We Share Abundance, our superb soap program, the totally done for you sales program, Cash Cow. And today is, of course, in many parts of the world, Mother's Day. So celebrate all mothers everywhere. On this day, it is Saturday, the 7th of May. It's not Mother's Day here in the UK. I can't remember when Mother's Day is, but you can rest assured that all the commercial hoo-ha that goes with it will be broadcast, so I will know when it comes up. But in the United States and many other countries, it is Mother's Day today. So let's celebrate the wonderful, loving, caring, unconditionally loving mothers throughout the world. Okay, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and not Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, no, YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. It's been a long, hard day today, you can tell. Unfortunately, we don't see comments here in the Melon app from YouTube and Twitch, which we should, but it doesn't work. So we head over to Facebook and we'll see the comments there and interact with people there. And I'm going to head over there in a second, but whichever platform you're on, you are welcome, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or in the Facebook group. Everybody's equally welcome and appreciated for giving up their time to find out what's going on, okay? And there's lots going on, lots and lots. So let me head over to Facebook. And if I go to Facebook and I look for We Share Abundance Publicly and scroll down with a bit of luck, yep, here we go. And we have comment. Oh, just let me turn my sound off, otherwise we'll get feedback. Okay. And we've got Russ Cowley at the top of the comments list from Newcastle in the UK, and telling me that I'm coming through loud and clear. Thank you. Dave Jackson from London in the UK. Peter from Kettering, UK. Ramachandra from India. But he is a UK citizen. He's always keen to point that out. But he's been in India a long time. Not sure how long, but I think it's years actually. And then we got Richard from just up the road from me in Devon. Bhakti from India, Maipur. Morris from Netherlands. Antis Cavalli. I don't know who Antis Cavalli is, but welcome anyway. I don't recall having seen Antis Cavalli before. Not sure where Antis Cavalli is from, but welcome. We've got Nan Kumar from India / USA. Willie Coombs from Atlanta in the USA. John Harrell from Texas in the USA. Quite a lot of USA people in today. Avazu had a big webinar on today, going through how to set up your free tickets and everything and make sure that you get them. And that is something that you need to do. It's your last chance to qualify for those free tickets. After that, I'm not sure how many days you've got. I got in there very late, and while I was listening, I was still working on other things. So I really need to watch that replay. I'll have to make time to watch the replay, see what's going on. But you need to make sure that if you originally qualified for a free ticket, that you are up to date. You've got everything done that you need to do to make sure that that is still there, still available to you. There's nothing very difficult, you know. You've got to just complete a few things. One of the things that a lot of people haven't done, and that you've got to upload a profile picture, and it's got to be a proper profile picture of you, because it's going to be used for KYC verification, and without that your ticket isn't valid. You've got to have logged into the CRC. You've got to have visited the YouTube channel. These are so that you know what's going on, and so you know what you've got to be doing. I can't think what else you've got to do, but basically, you know, these are the little things that you've got to do. And then having done them, you've got to get yourself some free entries on your ticket. The more free entries you have, the greater the chance of winning. It increases your probability of winning a major prize the more free entries that you have on your ticket. And you've got to get 100 free entries every 2 weeks, which is very, very easy to do. When you get the app, there are 4 banners you can post. No, 3 banners you can post, but on 4. 3 banners you can post, but on 4 social media sites. So 3 times 4 is 12, and you get 2 free entries for each posting. So that's 24 free entries you can get a day from just doing that, and it takes, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes maybe. And 24 free entries a day, you've only got to get 100 every 14 days to maintain your ticket. But you want to get as many as you can. We want you to be that $1 billion winner. And if you miss out on that, how about one of the $1 million prizes? So get doing it. I did say I would send a message out and an email to everybody about it, but I don't know what I've got to put in there yet. I'll have to watch the replay and let everybody know properly. But it is important that you do that. We've got Brispati from Calcutta in India as well just popped in. So that has ended, that webinar, and we've got ours started, and we're going to get started properly now in our usual manner with a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love each member may find the joy of service, and through service bless each member that they may find true happiness and everything they need. Amen. We are a cloud nation. We have people from countries all over the world, and Andrew Dean has just popped in from New Zealand, and it's early Sunday morning there. So as a cloud nation, we have a little affirmation. We are the United States of the world because we accept people from everywhere, and we accept them all equally. Everybody is equal. Doesn't mean everybody's the same. It means that everybody is different. In fact, everybody is unique. Everybody has unique talents. Everybody has unique gifts. Everybody has something unique to offer to everybody else and to our community. But that uniqueness simply means that there is a great joy in difference. But there is also a great joy in the unity that we have as one community, brethren, kith and kin, however you want to put it, in our community as the United States of the world. And the affirmation we've been doing is, Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful to live in the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. May thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, that we may all be freed from divisive inharmonies and become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. And if we can all work towards that, we can only change ourselves. We can't change other people. We can't change anything else. What we've got to do is go about changing ourselves. And through changing ourselves, we can make an impact on changing the world. I've got Sam here from, I think, Nigeria. Please, concerning the 5 billion sales as a member that registered under you have done have you done all the necessary things so that we be able to receive the necessary thanks? Secondly, concerning the Let Make More Money Together, can I register with Bitcoin? Okay, 2 questions there. 5 billion sales. If I go out as a member of 5 billion sales and promote their guaranteed sales, which I haven't done, no. And for every 10 sales that are made, I think you get paid 2 months earlier. So to get paid, sort of within a couple of months, it requires 50 or 60 sales. And no, I haven't done it. I haven't got the time to do it. And so that is the answer to the first part. The second part is we have a site where the We Share Abundance members can come together and pool funds to get involved in programs which tend to be high risk but high reward. Now, normally a lot of these programs, to get the best returns, you need to put in an awful lot of money. And that is not only risky, but it's not an option for many of us, me included. We don't have a lot of money to put in. There are other third-party programs that are like COTPS, which you can just put $9 in, okay? You can put $9 in, set up a script that does your logging in automatically, and you're done. You just sit there and let it work, and you forget about it, and you come back in a year's time, and you've got $400,000 in your account. That is the perfect scenario. Will that happen? Who knows? There is always a risk attached, but the risk is minimal there with COTPS. It's $9. And you don't have to wait for a year. You can wait till you've got a couple of $100 and draw them out if you want, The greater increases in your in your account come in the later months, because it's a compounding effect, and COTPS compounds about every 2.5 hours. So you can get 10, sometimes 11 activities in a day, compounding, and the effect is quite dramatic. And you don't have to put in a lot of money, so you don't need a pool for that. But there's another, once again, risky opportunity called Metafy Yielders, and to get a decent rate there, you've got to put in 2,500. And so we decided we'd get together as a pool, and people can get involved in that for just $12 plus the fees that we get charged. So that takes it up to $12.55. And you can have whatever you want in multiples of that as well. So, you know, you don't have to risk a lot of money. You don't have to risk $2,500 to get the returns, which should roughly double your money in about 6 weeks. Of course, it's risky. All things in life are risky. But if you're risking $9 on COTPS and $12 on Metify yielders, or more if you can afford it and you're happy with that, you know, that's fine. And then Metify yielders introduced another option at 4.2%, but you're going to have $10,000 for that. However, our members have come together and we've raised a little over $10,000. Some people have paid by credit card. Some people have paid with TRC20, and that is the only crypto we accept. So that is the answer to the second part of Sam's question there. No, we don't accept Bitcoin. You'll have to change it for TRC20 and send us TRC20. So we've got a lot of people that have pooled money together, and we've got over $10,000. Now, that isn't all cleared because people paid with debit and credit cards. Some people have paid with cryptocurrency, but I think there's only about $1,600 coming in crypto, which is there. It's available instant. You know what crypto's like. It's once it's there, it's there. It doesn't take, you know, you don't have to go through a banking system where it takes 3-4 days and this sort of thing. But the debit and credit cards do go through a banking system. And once we've got them into our bank, then we have to get them out of our bank and into cryptocurrency. And that is going to take till, at best, next Thursday, possibly even Friday. And if that option for the 10,000 is still open, then we'll take it. Now, if we have more people, let's suppose it goes crazy. I mean, this isn't going to happen, but let's just suppose that we have a lot more people that join and want to pool, and we, at the time that we are going to deposit into Metify yielders, we have $20,000, but we've only got 10,000 in crypto because, like I say, it takes time for it all to come through. So it's going to be at best next Thursday, I think, by the time we've got the crypto in there. But if at that time we've got, say, $20,000, then all it means is that you will only be risking half of what you've pooled. And you're only going to get returns on half of what you've pooled, basically, because we'll just share it out amongst all the pool members, and the funds that we have over in our pool that we have, we can then use for additional plans that would give us multiple income streams, some of them a little bit more secure than perhaps the higher risk ones, which pay out these fantastic amounts. The big thing about Metify yielders is if we get through a 5 or 6 week period, we will have our money back, and we'll still have money to build. So we're only at risk for a relatively short period of time, and nobody is at risk for a huge amount because everybody's come together with smaller amounts. Okay, some people have put in a few hundred, but most people, you know, around about $12, $25, $50, few at 100. It's all in that price range, and these are things that these people can afford. So while the risk is there in a large bulk of 10 grand, it's all shared out between a lot of people, and so nobody's going to lose a lot if things go haywire. And that's the idea of this. And as I say, depending on how much more money's come in, you won't be risking all of that anyway. And Medify Yielders pays out on a daily basis, 5 days a week, working days. So as we get paid out, we'll be pulling it out until we have recouped the money that we put in there. And then we're playing with their money, and then we'll have all that fund again, and we'll be able to go with something else. And as we build up these different options that we have in our third-party portfolio, we will be able to build strong income for everybody in the pool with minimal risk and maximum rewards. And that's the objective of it. And in fact, we have a page. I've not put it in the menu, but we have a page in the We Share Abundance website now, which talks about this as an option. And it's just another benefit of being a member of We Share Abundance. It's all coming together as a community, helping one another and working together for the benefit of all. And that is what we've always been about, coming together as a community, all as individuals, working together for the benefit of everybody. And the administration account, which is at the top of the pile, if you like, which is in my name, it's the account that'll be placing the thing. Any commissions and profits made by the admin go into the liquidity pools for We Share Abundance. And so that benefits all the other members, whether they're a member of our WSA.money site or not. Every member will benefit from anything that we make in income from that. And the more we get in, and the more income streams we have, and the more they grow, the more we'll have in the liquidity pools. And that will start giving people what they've been asking for a long time, and that is to be able to sell the tokens that we give away free every month. The money that you earn from commissions from the Easy Business Builder platform and the SOAP program, which is giving away the free coupons that we give you, making money there, that money is earned income, and that goes into your available cash wallet anyway, and you can withdraw that, and it's automated. But the tokens we give you, we have to make sure that we've got the liquidity there for them. Otherwise, it would destroy our economy. And we don't want that to happen. We want a strong, stable economy, like any nation. Okay? So that is that is the answer there. We've got Kingsley from Manchester, and we've got Willie saying greetings from Malawi. Pronounce the name Willie Sopo as Willie Sopo. T in Sopo is silent. Okay. Like the P in Bath. Yeah. So that's Willie Sopo. Okay. Samuel, please assist us, do what is necessary concerning the 5 billion sales. I told you I don't have time to go out there and sell 50 packages. Okay. Good evening from Nigeria, Tulesi. Okay. Right. So that has covered where we are with that. What we will do, as I say, is I've got all those funds coming together. There will be $10,000 worth. We'll have $10,000 worth of crypto, and we will put that into Medify Yielders. Is it a safe, solid program? No, none of them are. Okay. There are people knocking it online for various reasons. Some of the reasons have some validity. A lot of them don't really carry much weight with me. But it's the same with all programs that are high yield. 2 years ago, I'd never heard of COTPS 2 years ago, but I've talked to people that are in COTPS that have been in since the beginning. And 2 years ago, people were telling them that it wouldn't last because it was impossible to pay 3% a day, which is roughly what you get. And yet here we are over 2 years down the line, and COTPS is still there, still churning out these payments, and people are withdrawing happily all the time from it. How long will it last? I don't know. Because it's lasted 2 years, does it make it more solid and safe? No. If it had just started, would it be more solid and safe? No. It's a risk. That is a risk. Notify yielders is a risk. But with us pooling together, people can afford to risk $12 for the possibility of having a few $1,000 without any effort. People in COTPS can afford to risk $9 for the chance of having a few $1,000, and it's a good few $1,000 in both of them. If they run for another year, you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars for a tiny risk. If they run for a couple of years more, of course, that more than doubles. But they could be here today and gone tomorrow. It is a risk, and that is why we're pooling this all together. People can get involved for a tiny amount, and if they lose it, well, okay, they lose it, but it's like putting a few coins in a slot machine in Las Vegas or something like that. Maybe you'll hit the jackpot. But that is why we are, and that's why we've got that. Why not put the whole amount collected, 12, 15, 20, into Monify yielders? People put the amount they were prepared to risk, so why dilute it? Partly because of the time element, Richard. It takes about a week to get the funds out and operational. So we've withdrawn everything that we've got now. And so anything that's coming in now, we could delay it for another week if you wanted. Should we delay it for another week? And then if we delay it for another week, should we say, well, we might get more funds in, so we delay it another week? So the best option is to do what we're doing, in my opinion. And that is to use the funds we've got now as quickly as we can. And it's going to take a week to get those funds available. And then when they are available, we'll whack them in and we'll share the benefits between all the members. And it just reduces the risk a little bit more. But we'll find something else that we can get involved in as well. There's plenty of things out there that we can diversify into, and it would be better to have lots of different baskets with our eggs in than all our eggs into one basket. So that is why it's, from a practical point of view, it just takes a week to get the funds that are coming by debit and credit card. It takes 3 to 4 days to get them into the bank that is set up with that, and then it takes time to get those funds back out and into crypto. It takes a good week. So I'm hoping that we'll have it all available and done by Thursday, but it might run into Friday. Okay, but I have actioned, this morning I did action the get it all started. So anything that's coming in after that won't be included, but we'll include the members. We don't want to leave anybody out just because they were a little bit later coming in. When we get to the point of putting the money in again for a second cycle in another 6 weeks' time, then we can revisit the situation and say, okay, we can put more money in, we can do whatever, but we'll be flexible. But it's a pool that will help everyone maximize their returns whilst minimizing the risks, and that's what it's about. So I hope that's answered you, Richard. Okay. Did I see any more questions? No. Okay. What else was I going to talk about? I was talking about attitude the other day, and Norman Firth mentioned this book, which I went out and bought. Okay, it only came yesterday, and I've only read the first few pages, but it's not that big. I'll probably have it read by tomorrow, and I'll be able to let you know my feelings on it. So far, I think it's pretty good. Attitude is everything, and it is. We are on a mission to banish poverty, and we'll never banish poverty by giving people money or even giving them the opportunity to make money. We'll help because it will give them hope. But poverty or wealth is a state of mind. It's what your attitude is. And we need each one of us to make sure that our attitude is a good attitude. Because if it's a good attitude, we'll live a happy, healthy life. And if we've got a bad attitude, we'll just attract things into our life, nervousness and stress and ill health, disease, struggle. It's a fact. We have the choice. God's great gift to humanity was free choice. Unfortunately, it's often abused, and we have things going on like wars and gang fights and all sorts of things that we all know are no good for anybody, and yet we persist with them. But we have that free choice, and so the best thing to do is make sure we use it to our own advantage and to the advantage of everybody around us. If we have a good attitude and we're happy and good to be around, you'll find that it'll bounce off on people, and people will be happier. You'll have better relationships. You'll have more fun in life. You'll make more money. It's all to do with attitude. And as he says, attitude is everything. I've only read the preamble, really. But it's an interesting book, and I respect Norman Firth. He's always got a good positive attitude, and so I thought, I've not read it. I'd never heard of Jeff Keller, actually, so I thought I'd better get that. So I ordered it, and it came yesterday, and I just read a little bit of it yesterday. I intend to read most of it later on today. Okay, Dave Jackson, when is the cutoff for crypto payments for MetaFi? I don't understand that question, Dave. They don't have a cutoff. You can pay them any time, as far as I'm aware. They have a limited number of packages at the high rate that we're going after, but I think they've got about 700 left. I don't think they'll have sold them all by the time we get our crypto in. But I'm not sure that's answered your question. If it has, fine, and if it hasn't, I'm sorry. Okay. If it hasn't, for your program, for our program, there is no cutoff date as such, because we hit over 10,000 today, and as soon as we hit over 10,000, I put in process the withdrawal of that 10,000. Now, anybody else that comes in up to the point that where we actually place that deposit is just reducing everybody else's risk. We're just sharing it out. Like I say, if another 10,000 comes in by next Thursday, we can't use it because it takes a week to get it out and convert it. But we shouldn't penalize those people. They're part of the group, and so if they're a part of the group at the time we deposit, we say, okay, everybody's put in this amount. So if we had 20,000 and we invest 10,000, it means we're using 50% of everybody's money, and they're going to get rewarded in proportion to that. And we can then start to withdraw that other 10,000, and we can put that into some other program. There are plenty out there. There are some that are probably less of a risk than the ones we've been talking about, but we want to look at something that we can all make some cash with and build a portfolio, and we'll be able to have some high risk, some medium risk, some lower risk, and see what we can do with them all. Okay. Syed, with abundance value also down. Visa also down. Our token look like nothing value. Why you not focus on value? The value is determined by what people sell at. The coin ranking showing both at 0, and it has been for the last 3 days, and that is nonsense, because I know that they're not being given away in there. You know, if people are transacting in them, they're selling them for more than nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's showing in the back office. We pulled that from coin ranking. It might be showing a 0 in there. I don't know. How do you suggest, Syed, that we improve the value of Multiply Visa? Or how do you suggest we improve the value of the Visa token or the Visa Abundance token? I mean, if you come up with a suggestion that is viable, I'm happy to implement it. But you've got to understand the scale of things. If we allow withdrawals of Visa Abundance token, just $5 per member, with just over 6,000 members, we have to have the ability to sell $30,000 worth of tokens. Now, if you can come up with a plan that gets us that $30,000, then we can let everybody have $5. And if you can come up with a plan for $60,000, we can let everybody have $10. Okay, so there you go. How go value last year? Visa 319. Visa was at 300 and whatever it was, and we allowed people to withdraw large amounts of the Visa token, and so they scrambled to sell it and sold it for next to nothing, and that is why it's down at the price that it is now, the Visa token. And that is why we exchanged everybody's Visa tokens for Visa Abundance tokens and gave them their Visa tokens back absolutely free and stabilized our economy with the new issue of Share Abundance tokens. So we dealt with it in the same way that any country deals with runaway inflation. They say that is the old currency, it didn't work, we've got a new currency, here it is. But we went a step further. We said we're going to change that old currency for you into the new currency at the new rate, and you've got it in your bank account. And we're going to give you the old currency back, and we're going to do what we can to build that up in time. And so you're in a win-win situation. So we did more than any other government has ever done in a situation like this, because the government will normally say, okay, we're just scrapping that old currency. Whatever you've got with it's worth nothing anyway, and we're starting a new one and it's here, okay? And you don't get the exchange. You're just starting from scratch. We gave everybody their value back in the Share Abundance token absolutely free, because we also gave them back their old currency, and it's there. And the people are still there scrapping around trying to sell it for 1/4 cent, which is crazy. As we build the liquidity pools through some of the things that we're doing, we will be able to stabilize both our currencies, and it's up to the members, all the members pulling together, how quickly we build the liquidity pools. If we don't have the demand, and the demand is created through the liquidity pools, if we don't have the demand, you won't see the ability to sell your tokens no matter what price you offer them at. Okay, you can offer them at 10 for a cent. If nobody wants to buy them, somebody will take them, somebody that's wise, because they know that they're going to come back as we get the liquidity pools sorted out. How fast can we get money in the liquidity pools? As fast as every member pulls together. If there's only a handful of us doing the work and everybody else sits back and complains and moans, they're not helping, and they're counterproductive because they're spreading pessimism. If everybody pulls together and says, look, we can all make this work if we pull together, they're helping in actually doing something and in spreading optimism. So it's up to the members. And we've got Akpomade from Nigeria. So what is your strategy? I've been outlining the strategy every day, Syed. Watch all the replays, okay? Read everything that's on the website. Read the strategy. Read your messages that you get in your inbox. Read everything that's there. Follow everything. And then you don't need to come and ask questions that have been answered many, many times, okay? Everybody pulls together and works together, we'll get there faster. If they don't, we'll get there anyway, but people will have to wait longer. It's up to them, okay? The WSA.money site, as that generates income, which it will. How much? I don't know, because we don't know how long the programs that we're in are going to last. But it will generate some income. That income goes into the liquidity pools. Don't go into my pocket. I don't want it. I've had my thrills and spills over the years. All I'm interested in now is being able to, on my deathbed, say, this world's a better place for me having been here. That's all I'm interested in. No, it doesn't mean focus only on third-party programs, not on We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance, Easy Business Builder platform could do this on its own. All it takes is one member to go out and sell one membership every month. and you would have withdrawals from We Share Abundance. We have 51,879 members. If every one of them went out and sold one membership, even if it was just for $2, we would have withdrawals for all our active members. Okay? How many have you sold, Syed? How much have you done? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so that's where we are. The numbers are a waste of time at the moment. Coin ranking are not showing anything that it's just 0, waste of time. Alexa has stopped providing numbers, so we haven't got any site ranking. There will be other site ranking organizations that are out there or will fill that gap at some stage, but I don't know of them. Multiply Weezer isn't doing anything for reasons that we've talked about. It's just treading water, but it's still paying out the revenue share if you log in every day. We've got another dollar today. The bonus pool is at $9,859.27. The membership is going up, but slowly, which means that most members aren't doing anything. We have 20 net increase in our registered members to 51,879. And we have an increase of 11 in our active members. So we have 6,000 active members and we've increased by 11 in 24 hours. Maybe it's 11 people doing one each. Maybe it's one person doing 11. But it's certainly not 6,078 pulling their weight. So what is the result? The result is they don't pull their weight, they have to wait. Okay? Two different weights, spelt differently, different meanings, but very much linked together. Okay? So that's all the numbers that we have. So it's a waste of time doing them at the moment. Once we get the cash cow program flowing, and I've been working on that hard today. I've got every member that we had some new members. It takes a long time to set their accounts up. Little bit fiddly, still learning how to do it the best way, but we've got them all set up. We've got everybody in the rotator. We have got traffic ordered, and I haven't finished the campaign that I wanted to run, so I'm probably going to start running a different campaign, and then I'll carry on working on the campaign that I'm working on now. I'll probably get that finished tomorrow anyway, and what we'll do is we'll split test the two campaigns and we'll see what kind of results we get from them. So but if the traffic comes in, I don't think it'll start tomorrow. It should start sometime next week. But if it comes in, we will have a campaign there. I've not set the campaign. Excuse me. I've not set the campaigns up yet in the in each person's account in AIOP. I was hoping to do them all together when I'd completed this other campaign, the Gift That Keeps On Giving campaign. But I think what I need to do is get one campaign up there, because if I don't, and the traffic starts to come, it'll have nowhere to go. So I'll be in your AIOP accounts, everybody that's in the cash cow, tomorrow, and I will be setting up some of the campaigns and adding them into the rotator. I've got your names and things in, and I've got default pages there, but we don't want to use those. We want to use the campaigns in AIOP. So that's it. It's a lot of things that been doing today, that they all take time, but it takes time and patience. You've got to take the time, put it in, and it doesn't happen like that, boom, where you've got a $1 million campaign. It happens because you send in some traffic and you're looking at the result and you say, now can we make these better? And we're split testing the two. This one's doing a bit better than that one. Why? Can we get this one to go up here? And if so, what can we do to get this one back up? And as you get to a point where you are getting profitable results, you start scaling, and then you can scale up. And you don't scale up just like that, boom. You don't go from $100 campaign to $1 million campaign. You go from 100 to 200 to 500 to 1,000 to a couple of thousand to 5,000 as the results dictate, and you gradually build up, and you get to the point where you're doing 20,000 a day or 50,000 a day in advertising, because it's making you a profit. And the profit doesn't need to be a big one. All it needs to do is make you a profit. You know, if you're spending 50,000 a day and you're making a dollar per, you know, profit on everything, you know, it's $50,000 profit. If you're making just 50 cents, it's still $25,000 profit, you know, and that's how you build up and generate the income. I've done it many times, but I'm not money motivated. So when I've got a campaign going and it's doing well, I've lost interest in it, because the money wasn't the thing that motivated me. It was just getting the campaign to do well, and I'll move off and I'll do something else. You know, I've had campaigns that making 20,000 a day, and I say, okay, we're done, boom, let's go onto something else, give that money away somewhere, you know, and start something else, because that's me. I lose interest in something when it's working, but I'll have to apply myself in a different way, because I'll be working for the cash cow people, and so I won't be able to just say leave it. I'll have to just stick with it. But I'll have to keep my own interest up, so I'll keep building new and improved campaigns that we can try, and that'll perhaps keep me motivated to see if I can beat the last campaign. I say I've never been motivated by money, because I've always believed that there will always be enough money to do anything that you really want to do or you need. And that belief has stood me in good stead, even when I've been literally broke, you know, lost everything, utilities cut off, like living in a brick cave, you know, no electricity and such like. Been there. My wife will verify it. You know, no money, couldn't put petrol in the vehicle. We had a vehicle, but couldn't run it because no money for petrol. But somehow we always managed to find enough money for food, and we've always eaten well. Not saying that we had T-bone steaks every day because we had no money, but we had good food. We had fresh produce and things, and we were able to cook good meals and even invite people to share our meals with us. And somewhere, sometime, some way, always cash has flowed back in to resolve the situation. Because I had the right attitude towards money, because I had that belief. You know, what you believe is very important. The words you use, the attitude you have, the words you use within yourself, so important. There's a scripture, isn't there? I saved it. I had it in an email. Just a moment. See if I can find it. I think it's here. It is from the Gospel of St. Mark. I think it's chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Okay? Look it up. Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. And if you've ever followed Bob Proctor, God rest his soul, he had loads of affirmations, but they all started with, I'm so happy and grateful now. And then you had something in the present tense that you were being grateful for. And that puts this belief into it. I'm so happy and grateful now. Let's pick one. Let's pick one. I've got a few of them here, you know. Let's pick one. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Okay, that's believing that you've got it now. And the more you repeat it, repetition is the key. If you get this book, don't read it and say, oh, I've read that, and put it away. Read it and read it and read it, and maybe read 1 or 2 pages or a chapter every day for a month, until that book becomes emotionally a part of you. That's if you like the book. You know, if you don't like it, don't do it. On my stand here, let me I've given you this before. This is a part of me because I read it every day, every day. Just as all power lies in his will, so all spiritual and material gifts flow from his boundless abundance. In order to receive his gifts, you must eradicate from your mind all thoughts of limitation and poverty. The universal mind is perfect and knows no lack. To reach that never-failing supply, you must maintain a consciousness of abundance, even when you don't know where the next dollar is coming from. You should refuse to be apprehensive. When you do your part and rely on God to do his, you will find that mysterious forces come to your aid and that your constructive wishes soon materialize. Okay? Every day until it becomes a part of you, till you can recite like poems, you know, like a song that you know the words to, because it's just in there, it's repeated, it's a part of you. You've got to make these things, these affirmations, a part of you. And you don't do it by reading it and saying, okay, I've read that, boom, and I know it now. No. You read it and read it and read it. The affirmations, you make them every minute that you get a little bit of spare time. You pick them up and you go through them. I'm so happy and grateful now for the Visa tokens to have absolute liquidity and values of over $1,000 each. There's a good one. Where's Syed gone? Okay. Even if you just do that, it helps. Okay. And there we go. We've got Leon in as well from California. So that's it from me anyway. We're done. I've been on here for an hour. I had planned to get away a little bit earlier, but we didn't make it. But as always, this lovely day has flown away. The time has come to part. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll make sure that I've got the TCC people well and truly covered, and we'll be moving on with lots of other things, and we'll be looking at maybe how much have we got left over that we can put into something else, and what would be the best one. I have a Facebook group for the WSA.money people. It is a closed group. You must answer the questions in a positive way to be accepted in there, and we will be discussing things in there. We will probably do webcasts like this into there, maybe on a different basis where we can interact somehow, Zoom maybe, but they will be in that closed group. Nobody that is not a participant in the WSA.money site is allowed into that group, and nobody that does not agree to all the rules and answer the questions will be allowed into that group. Okay, that's it. God bless. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen.